Hi, I'm Adam Dickter. Welcome to MetroPolitics. It's an honor to be here today for our inaugural video log. Former Mayor Ed Koch. Mayor Koch, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
How did you feel about the outcome of the last election? Were you surprised by the margin of victory?
Well, I feel that it's terrific that he won.
Right.
I was definitely surprised that the polls, which showed that he would win by 15 or more points, were wrong, and that he won by 5. But in a normal election, winning by 5 points is considered a good win. It's just when you spend $100 million.
People were trying to send him a message, supporters, by maybe there was some protest voting going on.
There were two groups who would have voted for him had they come to the polls. One was those who said, well, they say he's going to win by 15 points, why do I have to go to the polls? And they stayed home. That's a very large group. And the second group said, if I go to the polls, I'm going to vote for him because there's no choice as between the two candidates. So I'm not going to go to the polls, and I'm going to reduce the number of votes that he gets and try to teach him a lesson. He lost the votes of both of those
You
groups.
proposed a spending cap, that people should have a spending cap in
I've always
future
believed that.
races.
I've always believed that the Supreme Court made a terrible decision when it said that you can't prohibit someone from spending their own money so long as they don't take the funds of other people. That's a bad decision. I'm not saying that it was a wrong decision. It's a bad decision, but it can only be overturned by a constitutional amendment, and those things are very hard.
For decades, the Democratic Party was dominated by Jewish Democrats such as yourself, Andrew Stein, Liz Holtzman, Alan Hevesy, Mark Green.
You mean in New York City?
In New York City, sure. And it seems that Jews are playing a much smaller role in the party now, and they're not getting elected citywide. Do you think there's a change going on in the party?
Sure. Jews have moved out of the city in large numbers. Jewish candidates, and there are many Jews involved in the campaigns. I'm a Jew.
The next mayor of New York will be.
I haven't got the slightest idea, but I suspect that there will be Anthony Weiner running, blacks and Hispanics, and probably Asians. You probably have de Blasio and Chu running against one
If
another.
you're tempted to make a comeback?
I'm 85 years old. There's a limited amount of energy that anybody has. I'm amazed that I do as
In the
much
mayor's
as...
race, people start to look ahead to the governor's race next year. How do you look at that? If you think that,
Well, I believe...
does Patterson have a chance to get reelected?
I believe that Patterson, in all probability, will step out, not run. Good guy, but clearly... so I believe that the most likely candidate of the Democratic Party will be Andrew Cuomo. If I were Giuliani, who I know wants to run, I wouldn't run for governor. I think he has a greater chance to win in the Senate.
In a race between Cuomo and Giuliani might be seen by some as a clash of the titans. Who would come out victorious in that?
I believe ultimately Cuomo would win simply because New York State is a Democratic state, but he'd have a hell of a fight, and Giuliani is a first-rate
Almost at
candidate.
the end of the first year of the Obama administration, what kind of report card would you give him?
I still like him, but he hasn't measured up to what I had believe that I'm a very big supporter of the state of Israel and a whole host of other issues, but that to me is a very key. One that disappoints me most is where Hillary, and she's carrying out, she has not included in her comments where she's discussed the anti-ballistic missile umbrella, she has not included protecting.
Some people feel that she's been a different Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State as she was.
I would agree.
Send out your movie reviews every week. You see many movies every year. What movie stands out that you would
Well,
recommend
the most
this
recent
year?
one that I saw was a movie called Precious, and I urge people to see it. It is soul-searing. Incest, is a major crime, unspoken in this country, and crosses all racial lines. It was bruising, and it doesn't have a happy ending. but it is a movie well worth seeing.
Mayor Ed Koch, thank you very much for helping us inaugurate MetroPolitics on Jewish Week TV. Join us next week. I'm Adam Dickter.